If you are like me and you are constantly looking for straps and tie downs and bungees and it's just constantly a pain in the butt, this is what you need. It is a ratchet tie down that's meant to be mounted into something. This one I got on Amazon. There's a couple options. They're stainless. I fully expect this to kind of fail at some point, but you can still ratchet it right down in. What you need is just an extra washer, because what they give you in the box is just this, which goes right in here, and then right like a little bit of a pain, I guess. There. So it goes in there like that, and we're gonna drill a hole, and you just need a bigger washer on the back. I don't know why they don't give you something on the back, but obviously you need a bigger washer on the back. And then I'll show you one side installed. So right here, it's goes right through the fiberglass body of the truck or plastic or whatever it is. Obviously I took this thing out to get my hand up in there to put the back on, and then I fed it up through the cleat, because what happens is when you pull it out and then torque down on it, it pulls out a little bit. See right here, you get a little bit of pull, but this fixes that because it's putting all the pressure right up here. And then when you bring it back down, you just squeeze this and the ratchet will pull it down in. And I'm just gonna let it hang like that. It doesn't interfere with any clearance, because this right here sticks out so far that, and you can't get anything that close to the side anyway. So I'm pretty pleased with that. It's not really long. I think it's 6 feet long. So if you have something tall in here, you're gonna need 2 of them on either side, and that's why I did that. But I think it's pretty cool. So I'll set up the tripod and I'll show you how we're gonna install this one right here on this side, right there. Stay tuned. All right, so that's all there is to it. Pretty easy project. You just push them down, pull it over, push this one down, pull it over. We can hook them in the middle, and then just ratchet this. So it's putting a load here. This is holding, you know, just fine. And it's plenty tight enough. So these front ones are going to obviously be harder, but if you go in through the fender well, all you have to do is take out this one right here, and then this fender well will pull right down. You might not even have to take it out. Just reach your hand up in there and you can access the bolt. It's probably a two-person job. And unfortunately, the other two ratchets come tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to wait and do this one tomorrow, finish it up tomorrow. I just wanted to show you how well these work. This is the first time I'm using them, but with this, running it through the cleat, you can make it go in any direction. I just put these two straps out here to strap this piece of plywood in, and it's tight, it's not going anywhere. And I can get really any direction of pull on this, on these ratchets. So if you were wondering just how well they work, well, they work really well. Oops, I was looking at the wrong thing. There you go. Really well, very happy. Here's how these straps turned out. I've used them probably 3 or 4 times. You saw that I had a bunch of lumber in. That was the first time I used just the 2, but since then I've installed all 4, and they came out great. So here's the front ones, and you can move this around if you need to. Just undo this, and you could, well, this is kind of a pain, but so say you moved this. I don't know why you would really need to do this, but you could move this over, push this all the way in, and it'll feed out the strap. You can stick it in here and hook whatever you need to hook, and then ratchet this back down against, and you know, change the angle if you had to. I don't think I would ever do that. I think I'll just leave it right here. And I've been driving around with them right about there. Maybe a little more right there. And they seem to hold just fine. Tighten this so I don't forget. There we go. Anyway, all 4 of them work exactly the same, and they just hang there nicely, and they're there when I need them. It doesn't interrupt with this. If you have this thing, it doesn't interrupt that at all. Got all 4 of them. And as far as accessing them, accessing the back, you don't even have to remove the fender liner. It just, right there, you just put your arm up in there, and I already tried to see the bolt. You can't see the bolt, but you just put your arm up in there and grab it. It's definitely a 2-person thing. My wife actually helped me. She screwed this side while I held the nut up in the fender well. But I'm really happy with this. They're not, you know, they're good quality. They're not like, I mean, they're $39 for 2. So I'm going to buy an extra set in case they stop making them. And that way, if one of them breaks or something happens, I can just replace it. But so far, like I said, I used them 3 times. 3 times, and no complaints. No complaints at all. thanks for watching, and please subscribe. One other thing about these ratchet straps is I bought this piece of aluminum angle iron. It's about 1.5 by 1.5 inches, and I was going to cut about a 6-inch piece and use it as a backer plate behind the ratchet straps, because the only thing that's back there is that 2-inch fender washer. But it doesn't matter. They don't pull away from the bed like I thought they would. So I haven't had a problem. I'm not going to redo it with this, but if you did, if you were concerned, this would certainly do the job and keep it, it would provide more support back there. But that single washer, in the times that I've used it anyway, has been plenty. And we had a bunch of kayaks strapped in here, doing about 70 on a dirt road. I was shocked that they didn't budge. So they definitely work. Anyway, I meant to comment on that fender washer, and I forgot. So I just ran to Home Depot. I'll add a little bit to this video here and show you how functional these things are. I mean, in 2 seconds, I secured this lumber good enough, right? Really, really handy. I wish I took a picture of the kayaks that I had piled in here, or I actually do have a picture of a bunch of camping gear, so I'll put that on here. But these things are great, totally great.